Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for match number 34 of the Emirates D10 2026, brought to you live and exclusive from this beautiful venue here at this iconic Sharjah International Cricket Stadium. And it's going to be the Emirates Blues taking on the Emirates Reds. And to my left, I've got the men that matter. Mr. Ahmed Tariq, captain of Emirates Blues, along with Atikur Rahman, captain of Emirates Reds, along with our match referee, Mr. Shiju. And it's going to be Mr. Ahmed Tariq who will be flipping the coin. Tails is the call.
And won by.
You won the toss. Congratulations. What have you decided to do, Ahmed?
We're going to bat first.
Any particular reason behind that, and what do you think is a good score here?
Yeah, basically we have bowled in a row about 6 to 7 games, so hopefully changing the situation and letting to see how we'll defend the target. So yeah, hopefully batting first, and then we're trying to score inshallah about 120 or something.
Fantastic. I wish you all the very best and go well for the game.
Thank you.
I think you've lost the toss, unfortunately, but what would have you done had you won it?
We also wanted to bat first, but yeah, it's a part of game, no excuse.
Well, what do you think is a comfortable score for you all to limit the opposition to?
I think we'll try to restrict them under 100, so let's see how it's gonna work.
Well, fantastic. I wish you all the best and go well for the game.
Thanks so much. Cheers.
Well, there you go. The news from the centre. Emirates Blue have won the toss and elected to bat first.
Will make sure that the Reds are in the contest at the moment. Sadais will just have the ball in hand. Or is it? Yes, it is Sadais. What a wicket do we have here? Flicked on the leg side, immediately runs on offer. Will start off with a boundary. What a way to welcome my partner in crime. Atik, welcome to the Combox.
Well, thank you very much, Pranav. And what a way to get off the mark there as well here for the Emirates Blues. In very good form. Number 2 on the table. Going up against Emirates Reds, who have got their work cut out. They've been certainly struggling throughout the tournament. 9 losses on the trot. They certainly look to turning the game into their favour here. Well, full toss this time. The fielder in the deep will cut it off. So just a single on that occasion. A full toss there by Sudesh. Well, what a belter of a surface this is, Pranav. Over 300 runs in the previous game. Well, another mouth-watering contest unfolding in front of us.
At 300 in 20 overs. Just 20 overs. Believe it or not, over 15 runs per over, 309 runs to be specific. That's where the expectations are going to be so high on Emirates Blues. Not really sure how much of a target would they want to set. Hurrying in line, Sadais will have to reload this one.
Well, Emirates Reds, they'll need a good start here. They need some wickets up early front. We're losing the toss. Did the captain of Emirates Reds. Well, nothing going their way throughout the tournament. Hopefully they will. Certainly hope that the winds of the favours will certainly change in their stride here. Oh, that was a leading edge. Very well bowled there by Sudesh. Just a hint of movement away from the right-hander there. 7 for no loss after the first 3 balls. Emirates Blues, well, they've been brilliant, haven't they? Especially these 2 batters, Tanish Suri. And a slight change on top of the order. It's not Ahmed Tariq. It's going to be Saurav Jain, who's been entrusted to go after the bowling inside the power play over. This is going to be a very interesting pair here for the Emirates Blues.
Sliding on the leg side, will get to the boundary once again. You can't be bowling on both sides of the wicket, especially when the protection is on the offside.
Well, Sudesh Rahman missing a trick here. Well, that's easy pickings for a batter of the class and caliber of Tanish Suri. He will punish you all day long. Easy pickings. No fielders in the boundary ropes on the leg side. So you just got to make sure with the field being placed for you, you just got to keep it around that 4th stump line. Now, there is a deep square leg in place. Well, short ball gets a top edge. Ball will fly down towards the fine leg boundary for a 4. So runs are coming thick and fast here for the Emirates Blues.
Being very predictable at the moment. A half tracker on the leg stump. Just had to make sure that a little bit of bat. And immediately the ball flies away to the boundary. Incredible start for the Blues. They've been in incredible form, isn't it?
But they've been brilliant. Well, look at that for a stroke. What a hit that was. Off the back foot. Not the easiest of strokes to play. It was more of a back foot punch while being on the up and still managed to generate some serious power there. Fantastic hitting here by Saurav Jain, who's going through very nicely.
Just the right kind of start that the Blues would have wanted. Really feel that they won't be complaining about this first over, which has got them a sufficient amount of purchase to get into the innings. Really a wicket taker, but when you bowl deliveries like that, it's certainly not going to be working in your favor. Certainly would need a little bit of turn here, and I think that the wicket might offer some decent turn in the block hole and not able to get underneath Istanish on this occasion.
Well, a pack offside field inside the circle. So Faisal, well, he's got very small margins for error. He's just got to make sure that he bowls it around that 4th stump line. That's a better delivery. That's where he's got to keep it at it.
Some decent turn as well. What kind of a cricketer are you, Atiq? Would you like to strike through the line on a good batting paradise, or would you like to be creative? Play some animated shots, reverse sweeps, paddles, switch hits.
Well, Pranav, I come from the classical school of cricket. I always enjoy a solid forward defense and A beautiful cover drive. Oh, a direct hit could have been extremely interesting. Well, not ideally suited for this format.
Even if you talk about defense in this format at the com box, our spectators will find a way to show you the door. They want to see some lusty blows, some massive hits. Hit straight down the ground will just be a single to wind that over up. Effective over from Faisal, just 7 runs from it. 2 overs done, 26 without losing a wicket. Blues.
All right, so 26 for no loss. Oh, nicely played there. There we go. A nice little deft touch there by Tanish Suri. This outfield is extremely fast. And I think that was Sudesh who gave it chase. There's a couple of runs added to the tally. No, in fact, it's 3 runs on the board. Harsh Desai coming into the attack. Another very good talent, this young man. Well, he'll need to get a breakthrough.
Sorry, took the catch of the tournament yesterday. Running back.
Well, took the catch of the tournament yesterday, Harsh Desai, running backwards. Sometimes those kinds of brilliances on the field can certainly rub on your personal performances as well. So Harsh Desai will need to put his hands up today here for Emirates Reds. Well, that was a wide. Have to re-bowl that again. But Emirates Blues off to a very good start, close to 13 runs and over. And surprisingly, the floating power play not taken, in spite of their very good start here.
Dancing down the track will be a single to long off. I think Blues probably one of the better teams in the tournament. Reds haven't got off. But something that the scoreboard and the points table will not tell is that the Reds in the past few games have started to look like a good side. They've been competitive. They've not been able to win games the way they would have liked to, but still competitive. And don't be shocked if you see Reds crossing the line today.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever there, my friend, with regards to the talent that is on offer. They are in the Emirates Red lineup. There's definitely some very skilled players. But for Emirates Reds, this season has just been, they've just not been able to click as a unit. But you're absolutely right that you did see some serious marks of improvement. Now that's a very good shot there. There is cover in the deep though. There's a good comeback here in this over. Just 8 runs of this over here by Harsh Desai. 3 done. 34 for no loss.
Just 8 runs from that over of Harsh Desai. He's a player to watch out for. The ambidextrous Harsh Desai. A brilliant fielder as well. And now it's time for Faisal Patel to continue. It's gone straight up. Who wants it? Faisal Patel has made a mess of it. Cannot believe it that Faisal Patel has let a ball go through his own bowling. My coach would say, if you don't take a catch of your own bowling, don't expect anybody else to take one.
Well, that certainly has been the story of the tournament here for Emirates Reds, haven't it? Their fielding standards have certainly been subpar. Well, that's once again nicely played. But yes, absolutely, especially in this format, the T10, T20, the shorter formats of the game, catchers certainly will win matches, and a couple of drop opportunities we've already seen in this tournament, how costly it has proven to be. A quick single been taken, chance of a run out, but excellent running by the two batters, putting pressure on the fielders. And if the boundaries are hard to come by, well, that's the second best thing to do.
The kind of turn that Faisal Patel is obtaining, we did mention that there are a few cracks. The carom ball, well read by Saurav Jangra. 22 of just 12 deliveries, he's got off to a flyer. And now is when he would want to capitalize, not a regular feature of the side.
Well, it's been a very good over under the circumstances by Faisal. Oh, chance just above the fielder's head. Well, great improvisation there by Tanish Suri. Well, not the easiest of shots to play against a spinner, because you've got to generate all the pace while being down on one foot. And he does extremely well there, getting under the ball and just placing it behind over the fielder's head.
Much needed boundary will calm the nerves, because Faisal Patel was bowling a tight line. Once again, catching opportunity. This time it will be taken. A wicket of the final delivery. Faisal Patel is a wicket taker. He created an opportunity earlier in this over which he dropped. This time the fielder is going to be assisting him.
Well, the funny part about that was, Pranav, this ball was a quicker one. If there was a shot that you could actually get under it and play that scoop, it was that bad. Tanish Suri was not able to time that. A very good catch there by Nabil Arshad. So Emirates Red striking first wicket down for 42 on the board.
Harsh Desai is going to be continuing. Flighted, lot of air on it. Does it have the distance? Certainly it has. Ahmed Tariq, the very first delivery that he plays, has been dispatched for a maximum.
Well, who needs a sighter? I beg your pardon. In fact, that is not Ahmed Tariq. That is Saurav Jangra. A very good hit down the ground. Slightly risky, going against the spin of Harsh Desai. Nevertheless, a very good stroke. He's again blasted through the offside. So Emirates Blues approaching the 50-run mark in double quick time inside 4.2 overs. They're going at above 11 runs and over, which is absolutely brilliant.
I really feel that the Reds can probably pull the game back with the spinners, with the kind of turn. Big shot. Ahmed Tariq will be taken. Aditya is a decent fielder in the deep, and he does well to hold on to it. Ahmed Tariq, the captain of Blues, is going to walk back very, very early, and it's a golden duck for him.
Well, what a big wicket this is. This is a huge wicket here for Emirates Reds. They've seen the back of the captain, Ahmed Tariq, who walks back to the dugout. Golden duck for him. Aditya Singh Chauhan, he doesn't drop too many. 49 for 2.
The lights are on. As beautiful as it gets, an evening in Sharjah. Firstly, the stadium, very colourful. Once again, looking for a big heave and some decent amount of turn for Harsh Desai. Salim Kudros comes to the middle.
Well, nicely bowled there by Harsh Desai. Well, let me put you on the spot here, Pranav. I'd like to hear from you. A couple of runs there on that occasion. Your favourite memory of the Sharjah Cricket Stadium? I'm sure we've watched a lot of cricket over the years. I'm sure if there's one innings that stand out for you, what's that?
If I have an opportunity, I love to talk about myself. Big shot. This has got a lot of height. Is the fielder interested? Aditya gets a second opportunity. He holds on to it on the second opportunity as well. Second wicket in this over for Harsh Desai.
Well, what a magnificent spell this is turning out to be. From this ambidextrous, talented young spinner, Harsh Desai picking up wickets in regular intervals. Salim departs. It's a double strike in this over. Blues in a spot of bother now, 51 for 3. Well, what a magnificent over there by Harsh Desai. Just 3 runs and 2 wickets in that over. A huge moment in the game. Just pulling things back after that very good start by the Blues. Well, this is the opportunity that the Emirates Reds were certainly looking for and will want to capitalize. Well, as Pranav takes a break, I've been joined here in the comm box by a very famous name here in the UAE. My good friend, Aryan Lakra, a hard-hitting left-handed batter. Aryan, welcome back. Hope you had a good break.
Yeah, Teek, thank you so much. Yeah, it was quite eventful. And yeah, back in now. Think quite anticlimactic after the first game we witnessed over here. 51 in 5 overs. By no means is a low score, but after what we witnessed in the first game, you're just thinking what has changed in the wicket. And the new bowler coming in is Gatin Wadwa, off spinner. He is going to depend a lot more on his arm deliveries, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how Aftab and sort of tackle the bowling attack of ECB Reds.
Well, I honestly think there is absolutely nothing wrong on the surface. It's still a belter of a surface. But it just falls down to the poor shot selection of the batters and also the brilliance of that man, Harsh Desai. Some excellent line and length bowling. That's nicely hit. Straight as an arrow over the bowler's head. Well, at the toss, the captain, Ahmed Tariq, did tell that he's looking at something around the 120 run mark. So if you look at it, they're certainly very much in pursuit of obtaining that. Well, certainly game well poised, but Emirates Reds, I believe, will be the happier team into the second half of this innings. Aryan.
I think, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more intent from the batters of Emirates Blues. I mean, there hasn't been anything special with the way Reds have bowled. They've just been a tiny bit disciplined, but the format is such you have to be willing to take risks. And that's a beautiful shot. He's lofted it over cover. Beg your pardon, might have lofted it over point. We'll have to wait for what the umpire has to say, but that was one hell of a shot.
Well, that was a serious shot, wasn't it? Especially against a spinner. Well, as a batter, I'm sure you'd agree with me, Aryan. That's extremely tough to generate that kind of a power for a spinner bowling to you. Fast bowlers, yes, but that was, well, a serious shot. Umpires just making sure if it's carried all the way through, but the pictures certainly suggest that that's a six. We'll just wait for the umpire's call here.
I think, yeah, I think you're not wrong, especially hitting a spinner over point goes on to show that, yeah, you know what you're doing. Probably one of the hardest shots of cricket in today's day and world, but he executed it with so much ease.
Well, we've seen the likes of someone like Virender Sehwag do that with ease, isn't it, in international cricket. He's one of the best players against spin, I'd say, that we've witnessed in recent times when it comes to power hitting. Virender Sehwag was an absolute legend of the game. And yeah, there we go, just waiting for that confirmation. The zoomer out. Well, the production team certainly have done a great job with regards to capturing these images for our viewers across the world.
That is six, bro. Just leave it.
Yeah, well, just still waiting for a confirmation. But it did certainly look like a six here for us in the com box. Yeah, there we go. Just a matter of time. Go. The confirmation from the umpire. So a six there to end that over. 12 runs coming off Gatin Wadwad's first over. So 6 overs done. 63 on the board now. Saurav Jain going nicely. Saurav Jangra, I beg your pardon. 37 of 17 for him. After Balan, the new batter, has just walked into bat. Well, trying to go after the bowling once again. Just slightly hit falling over there, isn't it, Aryan?
I think, yeah, that was in the slot. I think Aftab's just trying to hit it a bit too hard. Like we saw in the first game, you get good value for your shots when you just try and time it. It's not the biggest ground in the world, so all you have to do is just play the ball on its merit and just look to time it, and you will get a lot of value for your shots. Was he coming in for his second ball? And a hint of movement, just swinging in a little bit towards Saurav. I think Wasi is a new find, I think, from what I know, playing his first D tournament. And from what I've seen so far, he does look like a bowler who knows what he's doing and could potentially pose a threat to the Emirates Blues batters.
Well, always something very pleasurable, isn't it? Watching those left-arm seamers and those left-hand batters as well. I'm sure you'll absolutely agree with me, being a left-hander yourself. There's always some grace to that left hand. And why is that? What do you think is the reason behind that, Aryan? Well, we'll speak about it more as Aftab Alam has absolutely launched that into the stadium. First six for him. Well, that was in the slot. Well, just as we were praising him, he drops the sitter there.
Yeah, beautiful shot, and I think that is my first encounter with what we call a commentator's curse. Good to know that I have a future as a commentator if I've already got the commentator's curse with me. But yeah, just slightly erring in his length, missing out, just dragged it back a bit, but a batter of Aftab's caliber is always going to hit it. Coming back in, and again, I think just slightly full. I really like the line he's bowling. Just trying to keep it simple, hard length, stump to stump, simple stuff, you miss, I hit. So he's just waiting for the batter to try and make a mistake. And I think sometimes that in a format like T10 is something really useful. When you play a format like this, which is so fast paced, I think just trying to keep it simple is the hardest thing to do.
Well, once again, Placing it behind square. There's a bit of a fumble. Will enable the batters to come back for a couple. Well, this is where Emirates Reds have got to tighten their game. Especially when you've got those relatively two new batters. I beg your pardon, there is one new batter in the crease. And you've got to try and put in the pressure and keep picking up wickets. They did pick 3 quick wickets early on. Now a bit of a partnership building here. Last ball of overseas over. Well, that's a good hit. That's a brilliant hit. And what a take that was. Goodness gracious. How did he manage to get that stuck onto his hand there, Aryan Lakra? Was that another catch of the tournament? That's been absolutely pulled out of thin air.
I think surely that is one of the contenders for the best catch. That ball was surely traveling out of the ground. And there you can see Aditya Singh Chauhan just going up with his one hand mid-air and taking an absolute stunner. He's already taken 2 catches down there in this game already and being involved in a 3rd catch in a short format like T10. Credit where it's due. I think that is one hell of a catch.
Well, that's a piece of brilliance for you. Aditya Singh Chauhan, you beauty. 74 for 4.
And the new man who's walked in is Daniel Liaquat. Surely a batter you cannot take lightly because on his day, he can take the game away from you very quick. From what I've seen, he's got some really fast hands, can hit the ball anywhere. Anyway, first ball of the over in the air and really well placed there by Aftab, just trying to use the pace a little bit and hit it in the gap, coming back for a double.
Yeah, very nicely played there by Aftab Alam. Well, this is what you will get from Aftab. He's a very busy player. Likes to keep rotating the strike. 76 for 4. 17 more deliveries remaining. Well, that's a good shot. That's gone. Has that gone out of the park? It certainly has. Another brilliant hit there by Aftab Alam. Some lusty blows coming out of his bat.
Yeah.
And well, he certainly does look like he's in the
Zone.
move, isn't it?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think he knows that he has to pick it up, and that is surely a shot of great quality. Just waited for it. Wasn't a bad delivery. Wasn't too full, but just waited for that delivery, and just picked it up with the bounce and cleared the long boundary at the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium with a lot of ease. And I think for someone like Gatin, I think that's gonna put a little bit of pressure on him as well. I think when a bowler gets hit for a 6 on a good delivery, I think coming back from that is a big challenge for a bowler. And I think it'll be interesting to see what Gatin has in store. He's got 4 deliveries left and only 16 deliveries left in the game, so batters are gonna look to go after him.
Well, once again, he's launched this. Once again, the result remains the same. So Gatin Wadwa is certainly making hay while the sun shines. That's another glorious hit over mid-wicket.
I think, yeah, 100%. Not easy being an off-spinner bowling to a right-hander when the wicket doesn't support you as much. And I think Aftab making full use of the fact that even if the ball spins, it's just going to come into his batting arc. I think those 2 deliveries from Gatin, I think they have been quite similar. He's still got 3 balls left in this over. He needs to tweak it up a little bit. He needs to change his plan. Either go completely wide, get out of his swinging arc, or try and cramp him. What a lot of coaches say in a format like this or T20 cricket, the best delivery is just cramp the batter and just try and hit that thigh as a right-hand batter, just try and aim for that left thigh, because that's the one place where a lot of batters do struggle to get their bats in time. I think he needs to change his line, because the areas he's bowling are very easy to hit at the moment. Much better, much better. Slowed it down and went away from him. I think that's a lot better. Just stay away from that swinging arc. Don't give much pace on the ball. I think in the first game, even though it was a run fest, someone who impressed me was Ramesh Shehzad, because he wasn't afraid of giving the ball air, and that actually did help him out. He did pick up an important wicket of Keshav Sharma in that first game, just not giving any pace to the ball. But anyway, that brings Daniel Liaquat on strike for his first delivery of this game.
Bro. Well, Daniel Liaquat. Wow. Goodness gracious, he didn't need a sighter, did he? Well, this is what Daniel Liaquat can give you. He's one of the hardest hitters of the cricket ball. And that's a brilliant way to get off the mark.
I mean, that is exactly what I was talking about. He's got some really fast hands. If you miss your length, even by an inch, he will be there to punish you. Coming from Karachi, he's played a lot of tape ball cricket. So that does result in him having some really fast hands and really good reflexes. And I think that was just a trailer of what he can do on a given day if he gets enough balls. And I think there's still 13 balls left in this innings. And if Daniel Liaquat gets going, I think Emirates Blues could easily be looking for a score above 130.
Already 21 runs coming off this over from Gatin Wadwa. It's been an expensive one. Certainly been taken apart here. Emirates Blues, well, they certainly are in the charge. Last ball of the over, Daniel Liaquat. What a talent this young man is. We've always spoken about how even the national team would require specialized middle order batters. He certainly is a very good talent. Oh, there's a chance. Well, once again the commentator's curse strikes again. And it's poor Daniel Liaquat who pays the price of it.
I think that was really well bowled by Gatin. Just gave it some air. Just because it's T10 doesn't mean you have to fire everything in. Just be smart about it. Vary your pace. I think he's learned his lesson after the previous ball which Daniel hit out of the ground. And slowed it down and forced Daniel to make a mistake. And Daniel Liaquat walks back after scoring just 6 runs, hitting a maximum of his first delivery and then walking back after that. And at the end of 8 overs after that, Emirates Blues are 95 for 5.
Floating power play. 95 for the loss of 5. It's going to be the penultimate over. Expensive over from Gattin, and that's where momentum in favour of the Blues. Inside edge. Will scamper for a single. Aftab has unleashed. Isn't it? Looking for a big shot. Just getting an inside edge. Not very happy with it. Should have gone out of the ground. Aryan Lakra with me. Aryan, momentum in favour of the Blues.
I think 100% Aftab striking it really well. Usaid Amin's walked in and he is surely someone who can take a bowler apart. He has been in incredible form in the past 6 months or so, and he can surely take the game away from you on his given day. First ball, rolled his fingers over the delivery, and Usaid just trying to hit it hard, hitting it out, trying to hit it out of the ground, losing his bottom hand off the bat, but in the meanwhile just getting off strike, getting a single. Good start to the floating power play for Emirates Reds. Think if they can try and maybe get another wicket here, that could really bring the score down and help them in the second innings when they're going to chase. expensive first over for Sudesh, getting 19 off it, but has started off really well in this over. Again, just pulling the length back, but don't think it was good enough. Finding the gap this time, back of length, pulling it, getting a boundary off Tab.
In the floating power play, if you're looking to dig it in short, might be the slower delivery, but you have to be way outside the off stump because the two fielders in the deep are long gone, and a deep mid wicket which is almost towards the cow corner. I really feel that forget about digging in short, probably fuller would be way better. Go full and beat the batter in the pace. In search of a wicket, slower delivery, inside part of the bat. Might have been an opportunity, a little bit of a hand as well, but in the process, a couple of runs for the Blues. 100 is up. I think they're looking for something around 120.
I think 100%. A tough chance there. Getting his hand to it there, Vasi. I think surely saving 2 runs in the attempt over there, and I think in this format, every run matters. We saw in the last game, even though Dubai ended up with 160, they still won the game by a mere margin of just 9 runs. So every single run in this short format matters. And so far, so good in my opinion. If it was from Sudesh, just given 8 runs in the floating power play. Hit it down the ground straight to mid-off. Trying to hamper for a single, but Aftab turns it back and a dot ball.
I think it's the right kind of movement because Aftab is looking to hit the ball really hard, and that's where Sudesh can probably pick up a wicket. Has to be continuing with the slower delivery. If he can go a little fuller, maybe that fielder at long on or deep mid wicket can come into play. On the stumps and a little fuller.
I think a good over so far. Blues would like to end this over with a boundary. Running in a really well bowled from Sudesh. Think I haven't seen a lot of Yorkers being bowled today from bowlers. Like 3 teams have bowled so far, and I just haven't seen a lot of Yorkers. But anyway, we can continue that discussion in the next over. At the end of 9 overs, Emirates Blues 104 for 5.
Nine overs done, 104 for the loss of 5. Big moment in this game because I think this wicket you can chase somewhere around 110, probably 110. Anything in excess of that, Reds might not be very comfortable. Wasiuddin Zafar has been pretty incredible throughout the tournament. Inside out catching opportunity. Has to be taken, will be taken. Incredible catch, diving forward. Timely wicket for Wasiuddin. He will applaud the cause. Why not? He's got a wicket for himself.
Oh yeah, 100%. Incredible take. I think the fielding's been really good from Emirates Reds in this game. Once again, running in, diving forward. A really good catch there by the fielder. And because of that catch, that brings the end of Aftab Alam, who was looking dangerous with his 35 and just 15 deliveries. New man walking in is Awais Ahmed, a left-handed bat and a left-arm spinner, a quality all-rounder here in the UAE domestic circuit. He can surely hit the ball out of the ground. He does possess that skill. And the good thing for Emirates Reds right now is that they've got 2 new batters in the middle. If they can keep this to be a low-scoring over, I think that would really help them when they come out to chase the target in the second inning.
Drilled straight down the ground for a single. I think it's a good result with 2 new batters in the middle. Change of pace is going to be the right kind of delivery for Wasiuddin.
I think 100%. Just don't give anything to the batter. The batters are going to look to swing hard. It's the last 4 balls of the inning, and they are going to look to get as many runs as possible. So a quick change in the field, the square leg coming in and having a deep point and a deep cover. So the plan looks pretty simple that he's just going to try and keep it away from Usaid's arc. Running in once again for the third ball of the over. And he has bowled it, or was another chance over there, another chance which could have been a great catch. Wasiuddin with good delivery, sticking to his plan, almost resulted in the departure of Usaid Ahmed there.
The young lad is bowling a good line. Yes, it was a full toss, but it's always going to be difficult. Clear the boundary on the offside. When your body is not behind the ball, to elevate it and give that kind of a distance is something that is very difficult, and that's where Wasiuddin is doing a good job. Not getting his stepping right, and he will have to reload it. Aryan, 107. Can they keep it to 110?
I think 110 would be a bit of an ask. Usaid Amin can strike the ball. I think if Wasi can just hold his nerves, then 100% it could be a low scoring over, which could work really well in the favor of Emirates Reds. But the smallest error, the smallest mistake with his line and length, and Usaid is going to pump him out of the ground.
Needs to dig it in short. What a strike. Lot of height, lot of distance. It's a big maximum. It was the slower delivery. He tried to dig it in short, and that's where the problem was. The power of Usaid came to the party, and that power was just too good.
I think again, yeah, like I said, you cannot miss your line and length in front of someone like Usaid Amin. The caliber he possesses, the power hitting he possesses. He's won multiple games in the domestic circuit just with his power hitting and his six hitting ability. Just maintaining a strong base, not trying to overhit it, just timing it and giving them the all-important 6 runs. Once again, missing his length, and Usaid Amin has hit him into the stands of the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
Impressive striking. Right towards the end, back-to-back maximums for Usaid, and all of a sudden Blues are going out of the reach of the Reds. And that is something that the captain will certainly not be happy. Not learning the right kind of a lesson as Wasiuddin Zafar. He's been successful every time he's been wide of the off stump. Coming in the arc of Usaid right towards the end, probably trying to be a little greedy, pick up a wicket.
I think, yeah, that's completely right. I do agree with that. He got a wicket off the first ball. There was a drop chance when he was just trying to bowl it full and away, wide from the batter. Why has he changed his plan, and why is he trying to hit that length? Slightly fuller, skies it straight up in the air. Fielder trying to get underneath it, but the ball falls short, just falls inside the circle, and the batters come back for a double.
A picture perfect 121 on the board for the loss of 6 at the end of the stipulated 10 overs. It's a brilliant effort by the Blues. I think they won't be very disappointed. They were looking for something in excess of 110. They've got 120. And that's where I feel it's going to be a very difficult task for the Reds.
There we go. That's the batting scorecard of the Emirates Blues. A good start from Tanish Suri and Saurav Jangra there. 18 of 12 and 39 respectively. And Ahmed Tariq departing early, and then some impulse there from Aftab Alam getting quick fire 35 of his viewers, we'll be bringing to you the highlights of the first inning there, because the inning started with a beautiful boundary there from Saurav Jangra, starting his great knock of 40 odd runs, beaten by pace there, but a beautiful shot once again, regardless of what happens. Boundary there, Tanesh Suri being cheeky there with the boundary, also resulting in his wicket when he tried to replicate the same thing the next time. Harsh Desai picking up the all-important wicket of the captain there, Ahmed Tariq, with a great catch from Aditya Singh Chauhan. And once again, sort of picking it up nicely, but straight to the hands of Aditya Singh Chauhan. Great catches for him. That was probably the shot of the day for me, hitting it over point. And then there we had Aftab Alam hitting them quite nicely, ending up with 35 odd runs, and that was the catch of the game, potentially the tournament for me. And then Aftab Alam taking Gaten Wadhwa all out of the ground. This was an expansive over from Gaten Wadhwa, but also resulting in the all-important wicket of Daniel Liaquat. Aftab Alam just continuing the onslaught, coming into that last over. It was a good catch, diving forward in front of him, and these were the finishing blows from Usaid Amin, which helped ECB Blues to get to a good score of 121 runs. Live action coming back to you in a little bit.
It's a proud evening for the ECB, Emirates Cricket Board, because the Reds and Blues are locking horns, and the Blues have not disappointed. 121 on the board. It was all because of Tanish Suri and Saurav Jangra right at the top, 18 and 39 respectively. And then later in the innings, it was Aftab Alam who took control by 35 to his name and of just 16 deliveries. And finally, at the end, right at the bottom, Hussain Amin getting 17 of just 5 deliveries, making sure that they go past 120. I think they're just ahead by probably 10 to 15 runs. Talking about the bowling, 1 wicket apiece for Faisal Patel and Gatin Wadwa, and 2 wicket apiece for Harsh Desai and Wasiuddin Zafar. If you ask me, the pick of the bowler has to be the left-handed, ambidextrous spinner Harsh Desai. 2 overs, 17 runs and 2 wickets. Extras, just 3 of them, and that's not a point to be concerned about. But 1, 2, 2, that's the magic number that the Reds are looking for. It's not going to be easy, but they'll believe in themselves, because in the previous game, 159 did not look safe. And that is where the Reds certainly have a great opportunity to seal the deal and get 2 points to their name. It's not going to be easy, because Emirates Blue have had a fantastic tournament right in the top half of the table, and that's where they've been in that momentum, and they don't want to be losing that momentum towards the business end. To introduce my partner in crime, it's going to be Atiq for this innings with me. Atiq, welcome to the Combox. I hope you're having a great evening with me.
Well, thank you very much once again, Pranav. Always an honor to share the Combox with you here. And we certainly are absolutely enjoying your hospitality. I mean, in fact, I beg your pardon, I hope you are enjoying our hospitality. My good friend Pranav, coming all the way from Oman to commentate, to call the game here in this beautiful Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Well, 122 runs required for victory of 60 balls. And umpire Imran Munir says, let's play. First ball about to get underway. We've got to go at just above 12 runs and over here. Nicely bowled there. Good delivery. A quick single been taken, and a direct hit would have been certainly curtains. That was a risky single. But Emirates Reds at Saad on that occasion has been amongst the runs. He's been batting really well, and Mohammad Saad certainly will hope that he can make his innings count today. Can Emirates Reds get their first points on the table? They've certainly had a forgettable tournament so far, to say the least. 9 losses on the trot, not helping their cause. Well, Aditya Singh Chauhan, he will play a vital role if the Emirates Reds are to get anywhere close to this target being set by the Emirates Blues. Oh, that was mightily close. Trying to ram that over third man. A good delivery there by Matiullah Khan. He started off quite well here.
What an incredible bumper. Very early in the innings. No chance whatsoever for Aditya Singh Chauhan, who's looking to get out of the way. This is something that you get with the Blues. The right kind of variety in terms of the bowling attack. 2 players in the deep, on the leg side, deep square leg and deep mid wicket. Means that he's going to be looking to stick around the good length area. Shot. Big appeal, and the finger goes up. Aditya Singh Chauhan is going to be distraught, and he has to walk back without troubling the scorers much. It's a duck for Aditya Singh Chauhan.
Well, this is a big wicket. Emirates Reds, they lose the wicket of Aditya Singh Chauhan, well, who's been one of the prolific run scorers for the Emirates Reds in this tournament. Well, unfortunately, has to depart without troubling the scorers. He's gone for a duck. Matiullah Khan strikes off the third ball of the innings. Early blood being drawn here. Reds in a spot of bother is 1 for 1.
What a fantastic start. First 121 runs on the board, and now a very, very early wicket in terms of Aditya Singh Chauhan, who's a good striker of the cricket ball. Matiullah, fierce pacer. Very impactful is Matiullah, isn't it?
Well, that's what he provides with the new ball right up front. He's the spearhead bowler for the Emirates Blues, Matiullah Khan. It's been a fantastic start here, hardly giving anything away. Punya Bhatia walking in at number 3. Well, he's got a job to do at this stage. So Mohammad Saad has been amongst the runs. Well, he need to carry the baton here for the Reds. Well, that's correct. Into the gap and a boundary through the mid-wicket region. First boundary here for Emirates Reds. And that sounded extremely good to the ears, didn't it?
What a tonk. No mercy whatsoever. He's tall and he gets on the bounce very well. Fierce striker of the cricket ball. We do know what he can do with the bat in hand. And that is where they're certainly going to be looking for the wicket of Saad very, very early in the game.
Well, that would give him a world of confidence going into this innings here. Mohammad Saad has been scoring a lot of runs, perhaps one of the few batters here in the Reds lineup. Well, this is in the air. Chance just above the fielder's reach. Well, I believe that was Daniel Liaquat at mid-off. No, in fact, well, I'm not really sure who the fielder was, but it was not Daniel Liaquat. But nevertheless, a brilliant shot to end the over. 10 runs come off the first over. Alright, so 10 for 1. And it's going to be Shahbaz Ali who comes in to bowl. First ball and almost a magnificent catch. That's one of the toughest catches to take, isn't it, running backwards?
He did everything right. Everything right except for holding on to the ball. Getting underneath it. A little bit of a juggle as well, but should have held on to it. It would have been a splendid effort. They're looking to bowl short to the Reds, and this is a certain plan against the Reds.
Well, you certainly will count Shahbaz Ali to deliver the goods. But on that occasion, he was slightly short. And that was a brilliant shot there by Punya. Just playing off the back foot, placing it behind square for a brilliant boundary.
Certainly when a bowler is bowling with that kind of a pace, all you need to do is get bat on ball. And once that's done well, it's certainly going to be travelling to the boundary. Saad Ali Rafai, 9 of 3, and now Punya Bhatia, 7 of 3. Two very good strikers of the cricket ball. Big shot, catching opportunity, gone down begging.
Well, he was on his follow through there, Shahbaz Ali. Tall lad. Always difficult to bend down while you're on your stride. Was a tough chance, but certainly will go down as a chance there, Shahbaz Ali. But one thing I'll tell you, Pranav, this man on your screen, he's one of the best all-rounders going around here in the UAE domestic circuit. He's one of the very, very most talented seamers with the new ball. He can move the ball both ways. He can bowl those yorkers at will. And he's a very, very big hitter of the cricket ball as well. A brilliant delivery. Look at that. A hint of movement into the left-hander. Well, this is what he'll test your skills as a batter, Shahbaz Ali.
Great wicket keeping as well. Sharp reflexes. A little bit of late movement for Shahbaz as well. The only way they're going to win this game, Blues, is by picking up the wicket of Saad Ali Rafai and Punya Bhatia, because these two are fierce strikers of the cricket ball and they'll be looking to go after you. Brilliant delivery. Back of lane, just outside the off stump, and well respected by Saad Ali Rafai.
17 for 1. Shahbaz Ali. Well, he will certainly look to getting some early wickets here. Emirates Reds, after losing that early wicket, they've come back quite well. They need a partnership now between these two batters. They'll need to go on and do the bulk of the scoring. Well, that's into the gap. Well, once again, a bit too short there from Shahbaz Ali. Well, you can't bowl that line and length to Mohammad Saad. Well, he'll feast on you. A very good over here once again for Reds. 11 done. In fact, 2 overs done. It's 21 for 1. Well, so there's going to be some leg spin now. 21 for 1 are the Reds. Saad Muhammad on 13 of 6 balls. Another 101 required of 8 overs. Required run rate climbing now above 12.5. Good looking shot there, was straight towards the point fielder. Well, that's Hunain Munawar. Is coming to the attack.
They're looking for wickets at the moment because striking just around 11 runs per over. The Reds have certainly made a case for themselves, and we do know that Saad Ali Rafai can launch in ways that they don't like. Opportunity, and I think the opportunity has been well taken in the deep. It was hit straight as an arrow, and that is where 2 fielders were required to hold on to it. There will be a boundary check, but I think it's a goner for Saad Ali Rafai.
Well, what a piece of brilliance there. A great relay catch by the 2 fielders in the deep. Well, oh, that was brilliant, wasn't it? Just look at that great presence of mind. Very, very close to the boundary ropes. The umpires will want to have a look at it. Yes, I think he's done a brilliant job. That was great, great presence of mind by the fielder in the deep. Well, sometimes it is efforts like this, Pranav, that shows us the kind of quality that's on offer out there in the middle.
One thing is almost certain, that the kind of quality that has been here at the Emirates D10 has surprised not just me but the world. So many young talents, young sensations are blossoming under the guidance and leadership of the senior players. This will be another check, but I think it's a goner. It was as clean as it can get. It's a fantastic effort in the deep. Still a few inches away from the rope, and that's when he's let go of it. Moment of brilliance by the Blues. Finger goes up. Saad Ali Rifai, the fierce striker, the incredibly impactful Saad Ali Rifai, is going to be walking back to the dugout as the second wicket of the Reds. 13 of 7 deliveries for him. Hundred required of 46 deliveries. I'm making a prediction here. If Harsh Desai is a brilliant player, brilliant athlete, fantastic fielder, excellent bowler, but if he can get a 20 ball 50, he's going to be the player of the game. And what that means is that the Reds will win.
Well, that certainly will be the plan, isn't it, for the Reds dugout? We'll certainly hope that this man can fire today. With the bat, had a brilliant day with the ball, Harsh Desai. The question here is this going to be a bit too steep? Required run rate above 13 runs and over. You can take some serious doing here to get towards that target being set by the Emirates Blues. Well, right there towards their batting innings, Pranav, we did feel that they did do quite well, but then the last over going for a few runs, not helping their cause.
15 runs too many. Big shot. Fielder underneath it. Fielder holds on to it. Third wicket down for the Reds. They're losing wickets in a hurry. Tumbling under pressure. Punya Bhatia being the latest victim.
Well, wickets keep tumbling in regular intervals here. Emirates Reds, well, they just are not able to find the boundary at this stage. The Blues are certainly tightening the grip around the necks of the Emirates Reds. Another one falls. Punya Bhatia departs. It's 23 for 3.
Two wickets in the over. Big shot straight down the ground. Might just clear the fence. Will be a maximum. 2 wickets in that over of Mohammad Hunain. But still, the final delivery is strong for a maximum. This is how the game of cricket works in this format. Atiq gets a maximum of the final delivery. 3 overs done. 29 for the loss of 3. Always keeping it out of the arc of Harsh Desai. Something that Harsh Desai will work on in months and years to come is that his power hitting capabilities will improve. Brilliant athlete at the moment. Pulled straight to deep mid wicket and it's just going to be a single. The required run rate just inching close to 14, and that's where you need boundaries. We've already seen Atiq tonk a big maximum. Need one of these players to get a 50 to their name in probably around 20 deliveries. Nudged to the deep for a single. This has been the problem throughout both the games. The spinners have been hardly utilized. In the gap, will get to the boundary. Played it to perfection. Harsh Desai is a talent to watch out for. He's only growing by stature every passing day. The lad from Gujarat is making a name for himself at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. The iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. What an incredible player he is, Harsh Desai. The ambidextrous Harsh Desai. Just past the fielder at covers once again, getting to the boundary, will get to the boundary. Back-to-back boundaries for Harsh Desai. He's looking like an incredible player to watch out for. And he's just started to make a name for himself. That's the quality of Harsh Desai. Very young lad. Early days for him. But great days. Watch out for him. Outside edge on this occasion. Once again will get to the boundary. So 3 boundaries in a row. All of a sudden Harsh Desai has cut loose. Luck favors the brave, and that's exactly what's happening. Looking for a big heave straight down the ground. Gets an outside edge and it goes to the boundary. Those 3 boundaries sums up that over. 43 for the loss of 3 at the end of 4. Always. Big shot. Fielder underneath it. Fielder takes it. 3 boundaries from the bat of Harsh Desai, and now Atiq trying to replicate what Harsh Desai was doing. Gets the outside part of the bat and he's been caught at long off. I believe it is Matiullah who was the fielder there. Or it was Usaid. Mohammad Hunan gets a wicket to himself. Atiq, who's looking destructive, walks back to the dugout for just 7 of 3 deliveries. It's the 4th wicket down for the Reds. In comes Nabil Arshad, another player who can tong the ball a good distance. Strong lad. And they need a lot of that. With the run rate just being around 10, the required run rate is inching close to 14. And that is where they just need to keep going. Harsh Desai doesn't have that kind of power to hit 6s at will. He can get those odd boundaries. He's got 3 boundaries in a row in the previous over, but still not raw power. And that's where you would need the power of Nabil Arshad to come to the party.
Well, you certainly do. Nabil Arshad, he can certainly hit a long ball. But losing wickets on one end here for Emirates is not helping their cause. Well, these two will need to be at their devastating best if Emirates are to get anywhere close. Harsh Desai going well here. 14 of 7 balls for him. Striking it at 200. Good delivery once again. Brilliant line and length. Oh, that was The throw came at a very uncomfortable height there for the wicketkeeper. Required run rate climbing and climbing every ball, touching close to 15 now. But there's a brilliant over from Hunain Munawar. He's just given away one run. And he picked up that big wicket of Atiq Rahman, the captain. Well, that's hit over covers. The fielder in the deep will cut it off though.
Excellent over from Mohammad Hanan. 3 wickets and just 10 runs with the ball to spare in the second over. Quicker delivery in the air, over covers, will get to the boundary. Finishes off with a boundary, 14 runs in his 2 overs. He's got 3 wickets to his name and that's where he's done fantastic. 5 overs done. 1 shot of a 50 for the loss of 4 Reds.
At the halfway stage, 49 for 4. Nabil Arshad on strike. Well, he's gone big. He's gone hard. He's gone down the ground. And almost clearing the fielder in the deep. Well, that's a 6 to begin with. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Brings the 50 up for the Reds.
We've already said that Nabil Arshad needs to come to the party and needs to strike big. That's exactly what he's done. Starts the over with a maximum. This will ease the pressure. Oh, I beg your pardon. It is Harsh Desai who struck that. The young lad. I cannot believe my eyes. This is going to be a boundary as well. Harsh Desai is in a party mode.
Well, you called it earlier, Pranav. If he scores a 20 ball 50, the Reds will certainly be very much in the game. And he certainly seems to be right on target to reach that. He's batting beautifully out there. Strike rate of 250 at this stage. Well, he's gone hard. He's not timed that chance for the fielder and the catch has been taken. Well, once again, the commentator's curse befalls Harsh Desai. Well, just as we thought he's gonna go after it, unfortunately, perishes in the process.
Quicker delivery does the trick. Not able to get the middle of the bat, but he did well. 25 of just 11 deliveries, striking at 227, 1 6 and 4 fours. The big talent Harsh Desai is going to be walking back to the dugout as the 5th victim for the Reds. Salim, once again quicker through the air. And Syed gets off the mark with a single. Blues are right on top. Very difficult for Reds to come back from here.
Well, you certainly did expect that Harsh Desai had to be out there in the middle. If they were to have any chance, well, you cannot throw in the towel as yet. With Nabil Arshad still out there, but In all honesty, he's not been his brutal best, Nabil Arshad. Syed Musib Ahmed, the new batter at number 7. Can he get a few lusty blows here? Can he make a quick fire 30, 35 runs? A quicker ball this time. Just a single down towards long off. He will keep strike, the left-hander. Well, after going for a boundary and a 6 of the first 2 balls, he's come back quite well. 6 overs done, 62 for 5. So that's a pretty...
Always the left arm spinner is going to be continuing 14 runs of his first over. Disturbs the timber. What an incredible delivery from Owais. Just as I was about to welcome Nadeem into the comp box, a wicket falls for the Reds, 6 wicket down.
Well, thank you very much and good evening to all of you. Yes, wicket number 6 has just fallen here. Emirates Reds. A red signal for them. Once again, they got the start, I guess, but they have to finish it good against Blues. They are a strong side. They need to put decent target. 62 for the loss of 6 after 6.1 overs. Always. Well, that is beautifully played toward the leg side. It will nicely fielded as well. 59 required in 3.4 overs. Looks quite tough, really, the way the proceedings are happening, especially against these kind of bowlers. Nabil trying to muscle the ball, not getting the timing and the length to really hit the ball out of the park. Faisal just new at the crease, playing on 1 phase 1 balls.
Arm ball will be tongued down the ground for a single. Nadeem bhai, it's been a difficult tournament for the Reds. Still haven't won a game, and this one is also feels like it's going to be away from Reds.
But good learning from them. Most of them are youngsters, and they really need to learn a lot. Always having a very good time over there. Nabil Arshad trying to use his muscles, trying to play the beat shot with the power rather than the timing. All what you need to do is that you need to middle the ball well, and definitely the ball will go away. We have seen already some shots going out of the park. Once again, just look at that. It was there to hit because so many things are going on in his mind. He wants to blast the ball out of the park, and in order to do that, he is unable to middle it well. End of over number 7, 66 for 6. Dania Liaquat, one of the finest all-rounder for Blues. Well, that is played in the air, but enough legs behind the shot, and what a superb fielding. Nicely dived to the right and taken with the one hand. Got a good bounce to do that.
Mere formalities at the moment. Not much that the Reds can do from here. Good flight. And a big appeal. And it's going to be given. Not really sure whether it was caught behind or stumped. This will give us a better picture.
Well, I think he was bowled out. But look at Dania Liaquat. How smartly he disguised the batter. Bowled a very slow delivery, and the batter just finished the shot before even the ball arrived. But we can say that he was waiting for the BMW and the ball came on bicycle. 67 for 7. Sudesh out there in the middle. 55 needed in 2.4 overs. Dania Liaquat among the wickets here. That is nicely played. Singles won't really bother the fielding side. The required run rate has creeped up to 21.6.
And that is the reason they're bowling slower through the air. They're giving a lot of air. They're just looking to wind up the Reds and win this game. The Blues have been dominating throughout this tournament.
Oh, well, that just an inquiry rather than a proper appeal coming up from Dania Liaquat, and look at that. A very calm and cool character, Dania Liaquat, reminding me Waven Richard. That is played toward the mid-on, should be a single.
With that single, just 4 runs from that over of Dania Liaquat and a wicket. 8 overs done, 70 for the loss of 7 Reds.
Well, what I see on the picture over there, it's Shahbaz Ali, one of the finest bowler. In fact, if I say all-rounder, that also will not be wrong. Very skillful, knows how to swing the ball both ways, has got very good Yorker, very quick bouncer, and well, that end dipper that he bowls, that is superb. And right on the money first up. And to talk about class and quality, let me tell you that the person who has joined me just in the com box is none other than my dear friend Atiq Nizam. Welcome, Atiq.
Thank you very much, Nadim. Always a pleasure to have you here in the combox with us as well.
Well, Atiq, 52 required in 1.5 overs. So where you see this game heading?
Well, it's certainly been, once again, another game that Emirates Reds have just struggled to get going, isn't it? Nine losses on the trot up to date, and this will quite definitely be the 10th. So nothing going their way here for the Emirates Reds.
But don't you think that that one man, Nabil Arshad, if he can handle those, if he can use those long handles, can he still bring Reds into the game?
Well, I think that bus has already left way before Nadeem. Already 30 runs required of, I beg your pardon, 51 runs required of 10 balls. Well, certainly that can be beyond the reach of any batters at this stage. That's it hard down the ground. Nabil Arshad will get a boundary once again. Too little too late here for the Emirates Reds.
Yes, too late for Emirates Red, but definitely good for Nabil Arshad. He can be proud of that, heading Shabazz down the ground for a boundary. And Atiq, what they say is that your body weight, your body shifting, in fact, to the back foot and to the front foot, that also matters most when you are doing power hitting. And look at that, front leg is somewhere else. Meanwhile, it's a direct throw, and direct throws are always very dangerous. And I think Nabil Arshad is in trouble here. In fact, he is walking back.
Well, he had absolutely no chance, didn't he? He had all 3 stumps to aim at from short third. Well, what a magnificent throw that was. Nabil Arshad, well, he was nowhere in the picture. Not the quickest going around as well. And he now has to make the long walk back to the dugout. Emirates Reds now within a touching distance of defeat. 75 for 8.
Well, what a throw coming up from the fielder. I think it was Matiullah. Shabazz to Jatin.
Well, trying to be adventurous here. Gatin Wadwa, very first ball. Is trying to scoop it over the wicketkeeper's head. But then again, Shabazz Ali, well, he's a experienced campaigner. Like you did mention, he's one of the top all-rounders, one of the best in the business. Shabazz Ali, last ball of his spell, not gone wicketless here today. Very unlucky, I'd say, so to say the least. Last ball of the 9th. Comes down the pitch, once again getting the toe end of the bat there. Gatin Wadwa gets off the mark. He will keep strike for the last over. 9 done, it's 76 for 8. Alright, so we're into the last over of the innings now. Matiullah Khan, I beg your pardon, in fact, it is Matiullah Khan to bowl the last over. 76 on the board. Well, it's been a tournament to forget here, Nadeem, for the Emirates Reds. Yet to get the first points on the table. Well, nothing going their way. Well, once again, trying that scoop, trying to use the pace of Matiullah Khan. They got in Wadwa, leg by being called by the umpire.
We are into the last over of the inning of Emirates Reds. Statistically, it is not possible for them to win this game. 45 needed in the last 5 legal balls. Yes, plenty of youngsters. Yes, they are a new side, but they played well yesterday's game for a For quite some time, we thought they might, surprise the opponent team, but then again, inexperience coming into the picture. Meanwhile, this is beautifully played. This is racing away toward the boundary line. It's a 4. Good shot coming up from Sudesh.
Well, he's quite a capable batter, I'll tell you, Sudesh Rahman. We play together in the same academy. He's a very, very good clean hitter of the ball. He can clear the field with ease as well. Very good medium pacer. Now, in fact, the boundary earlier was hit by Gatin Wadhwa. It was not by Sudesh. Nevertheless, 4 more deliveries remaining. Well, Emirates Blues, they've had a magnificent campaign here in this Emirates D10 2026. Well, this again hit up high in the air. They come back for a couple. Good running by the 2 batters. So Dubai leading the pack on the points table. 9 wins. In fact, 8 wins out of 9 games for Dubai today. And Emirates Blues, well, playing 9 games, 6 wins, 3 losses at number 2. This would be their 7th win in this Emirates D10. So certainly almost cementing their place in the knockouts. Well, once again, has he managed to clear the infield? He has. Well, this outfield here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium is lightning quick. Another very good shot there by Gatin Wadhwa.
Backing himself away, always creating room, and it was on the slot, a proper overpitch delivery, nicely played, just away from the fielder over there. Couple of good shots in the last over for Emirates Reds from the bed of Gatin. Well, talking about Blues, very good side, very compact side, but again, the men in yellow yesterday, Abu Dhabi, have really outclassed them in all departments of the game, in fielding, in batting and in bowling. Bumper, and that is signalled wide by the umpire.
Well, unrequired there by Mathiullah Khan. We've got the game in the bag. Just try and bowl those Yorkers at this stage. Emirates Reds, well, they have to give some serious thought by going back to the drawing board for the next season. Yes, they did try the likes of a lot of youngsters, the likes of Gatin Wadhwa, Sudesh Rahman. Aditya Singh Chauhan has been a very, very good call, and that's a very good shot. Beautifully played by Gatin Wadhwa, Yorker length, playing it, guiding it down towards the 3rd man region for a boundary.
Well, he has played some gorgeous shots. Just look at that. Reminds me of the great Babar Azam who likes to play these kind of shots. Certainly, Atik, I'm not saying that he exactly played like that, but yes, definitely I like it. There is some glimpse of that, but beautifully executed boundary. It's not easy to play those Yorker lengths toward the deep 3rd.
Yeah, one of the shortest, one of the toughest shots to pull out. Last ball of the innings. Hit right back at the bowler. Game done and dusted. So Emirates Blues, once again, with a massive margin of victory. They win by 29 runs over the Emirates Reds. Well, serious heartbreak here for the men in red here. 10 losses in 10 games for them. And it's certainly been a campaign to forget for. But the Emirates Blues, well, they are certainly making a very, very serious statement. One of the top teams going around here in this Emirates D10 2026. And they are very well led there by the captain, Ahmed Tariq. They've got some very good players amongst them. And one of the most surprising things there as well, Nadeem, is also the absence of very big names, such as, like, for example, Sharjah has names like Khalid Shah and Viritya Aravind in their lineup, and yet they managed to be above Sharjah as well on the points table. So some serious containments, some serious consideration need to be given to these men in blue.
Well, this is the betting card for you. Mohammad Saad Ali Rafai, he was among the runs yesterday, but not today. 13 only he has scored. Aditya departed early on 0. Punya scoring 9. Harsh Desai, well, he has scored some decent runs, 25 on 11, in fact, very good. Atiq Rahman scored 7. Nabil 14. Sayyid Naseb 2. Faisal Patel 2. Sudesh and Gattin remain not out on 4 and 14 executively. Gattin played some gorgeous shots towards the end of the inning. Only 2 extras given by the bowlers, very disciplined bowling. Eventually, Blue Ones won this game by 29 runs. Talking about the bowling, Matiullah Khan given 25 runs, picked up a wicket. Shabaz Ali remained wicketless, but again he has impacted the game as usual. Muhammad Hunain has picked up 3 wickets and just given away 14 runs. Very good spell. Awais Ali, always very economical, 18 given in his 2, taken a wicket. Salim has picked up a wicket as well, given 13 in his only over that he bowled out. Dania Liaquat, cool as cucumber, given 4 runs, picked up a wicket.
Well, it's been a very, very good performance here by the men in blue. This is the highlights package. It starts off with the wicket of Aditya Singh Chauhan. That was a very, very big wicket under the circumstances. He was the man who scored a lot of runs for Emirates Reds in this tournament. He's dismissed without any runs on the board. Some very good catching there as well. Emirates Blues, they've been brilliant on the field, taking the chances that came their way. Atiq Rahman came with a bang. And then only to get dismissed quite cheaply. This was the dismissal. And just after that, Emirates Reds just could not recover. Some lusty blows along the way, but just not sufficient enough as the scoreboard pressure just kept getting to him. Some brilliant deliveries. Certainly some left-armers' dreams as far as those dismissals are concerned. And that was the run-out. A brilliant piece of effort. The ground fielding has been phenomenal by the men in blue. And finally, winning by a massive margin of 29 runs have the Emirates Blues. Match summary reads the Emirates Blues batting first, scoring 121 for 6 thanks to that very good knock by Saurav Jangra and Aftab Alam with the bat. 39 and 35 respectively. Tanis Suri provided some impetus as well at the top of the order. 2 wickets for Harsh Desai and Wasiuddin Zafar. And in response, Emirates Reds, well, 8 wickets down for 92. Apart from Harsh Desai, nothing much to speak about. Some very good bowling there by Hunain Munawar, 3 for 14, pick up the bowlers. And Dania Liaquat, 1 for 4, and Salim also picking up a wicket. Blues winning by 29 runs. Well, that's the game done and dusted. Do stay tuned. We have the presentation coming your way very shortly.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of the Emirates D10. It was game number 34. It was a game between Emirates Blues and Emirates Red. And Emirates Blues who piled on 121 for the loss of 6. And the Reds just couldn't come up and stand to the task, and that was a convincing win for the Blues. Few favourable performances, but before that, to introduce the guest for the evening, it is none other than the match referee, Mr. Shiju Sam, who is going to be presenting the awards. Saurav Jangra, 43 with the bat, 35 for Aftab Alam. Usaid Amin was good for 17 as well. But on an evening when they restricted the opponent from scoring 121, it cannot be anybody else who picked up 3 wickets. It is Mohammad Hunain who is going to be the player of the match for his performance of 3 for 14 in his allocated 2 overs. Hunain, many congratulations. You would have loved your performance, isn't it?
Yeah, quite a story actually. When we were coming from Abu Dhabi, we met with a huge accident, so we came at the last minute deciding to play or not, and alhamdulillah I got saved. All the management staff, they were deciding who to pick, and alhamdulillah I was in by the time, and we got we won the match. Yeah, pretty.
Firstly, congratulations, you're safe and fine, and that's great news. But now talking about the match, you were splendid with the variations, a lot of leg spinners and then the googlies as well.
Yeah, actually, it's just that the support I'm getting from the management, they backed me all the time, and they're like, "You'll get your chance." And when I got my chance, I was just supposed to perform, waiting for the chance. And looking at the pitch, there was nothing for the spinners in this pitch, and just keeping it on the good length and hard length, and that's all. The captain was telling me to, keep it on the good length, you'll get your wickets.
3 wickets. Talk me through the emotions, and whom do you want to dedicate this award to?
3 wickets, actually. I'm very happy because this is my first man of the match in a D series, and I wanted to dedicate this award to my family. They were very tensed with what's happening around, but they're very happy, they're watching, and this is for my family back home and my dad.
Congratulations and many best wishes for the future. Many more to come, Hunain.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
A talent to watch out for, Mohammad Hunain, the player of the match for the Emirates Blues. They'll have a big smile because the leg spinner is a talent to watch out for. Don't go too far away. We're done with this game, but 2 more games to offer, and that's where the Sharjah Cricket Stadium has lots more action to offer today.